Hi folks, Thomas Henson here with thomashenson.com, and today is another episode of Big Data, Big Questions. And so today I'm going to jump back in a little bit more around GDPR, and we want to find out. I've had a lot of questions, I've seen a lot of things on Twitter, and I just thought it would be a great time to kind of discuss, is GDPR good or bad? Now this is not going to be about politics, it's going to be about policy and what's really driving GDPR and what does it really mean as far as, is that a good thing for us that are involved in big data and as consumers? So find out more right after this. So welcome back. This is the second episode where we're going to talk about GDPR. So if you're curious about what GDPR is and what it means to data engineers, make sure you check out the video that I did before, just talking about what does GDPR mean to data engineers, machine learning engineers, or data scientists. I really wanted to focus this time on, okay, we've talked about what it is, but what does it really mean? And is it a good thing? So I've gotten a ton of emails just on my personal stuff from people who've built websites for me, from different Hortonworks and Cloudera, and everybody's kind of talking about what does GDPR mean to us. I mean, every time you turn around right now, you're going to have to update some kind of policy, whether it be from Apple on your iPhone or from Android or anybody that's collecting or holding onto your data. All those privacy updates are all going on, and you're going to have to click yes on each one of them, be like, yes, I understand that you're going to protect my data and it's going to be more private. But is that a good thing? Or is it a bad thing, right? Is it okay for us to have regulation around it? And I kind of look at it from this perspective. I was thinking about it, and it's like, all right, if you really think about where we're going, I mean, there's regulation for everything, right? For most products as they get big. What this really means to me and why I think it's a good thing is because this shows that your digital data is like growing up. So it's maturing, right? I mean, when you think about it, I mean, in America, when cars first came out, we didn't really have regulations around it. You didn't have to get a license. It was just something fun that you could do, and if you could afford a car, you could get it. But, as that product started maturing, we started realizing, hey, this is something that needs to be regulated to some extent, right? We need to have some kind of standards around who's going to drive on what side of the road, and how all that's going to kind of work through. So if you think about digital data, we're getting to that point. Couple reasons why we're at that point. If you think about it, the first thing, privacy matters. Privacy's always kind of mattered, and people are really pay attention to, being able to be private and have those things. For a long time, data has not seen one of them, right? I mean, we have regulations and laws around, if people can go into private residencies without consent, and, things like that. Well, your data is the same way, and that's where we're starting to look at it and say, okay, that data, you have rights to it. It's yours, it's you created it, so your privacy does matter. And that's where the regulations are coming. Also, a big thing is think about how many different data breaches we have. For a long time, if you follow Troy Hunt or anybody that's big in security, you can always see at least weekly they're talking about a huge data breach that happened. Well, that compounded with trying to figure out, okay, if you're collecting this data, how much of a liability and how much is that for you, and then how much of a responsibility is it of yours if the data becomes breached? Are there certain standards that you should have to follow to be able to better protect that data so that you can turn around and say, hey, we do have some bad actors out there that have hacked and taken this data, but we went through these steps, right? And there's not really been a standard for what those steps are. And so this is a further implementation of it. But the thing, and one of the reasons, a couple of the reasons actually that I think that it's a good thing, right? And I'm not talking politics here, just why I think GDPR is good. It gives you back control of your data. It gives you the opportunity to say, hey, I would like for you to be able to report and see what data you have on me. What does my digital footprint look like? What kind of data are you collecting on me? And so you have the authorization to ask for that and to be able to get an answer to that. Secondly, you can say, hey, I want to drop off. I want all my data gone, right? I don't want you to collect on and hold on to my data. I think this is a big point because while I'm on Facebook and I've been a Facebook, user for I don't know how long, just a long time, I've heard of other people and other stories around people who have gone off Facebook. You've probably not seen them. They've deleted their profile only to come back a year or two later and all their stuff's still there. I can't say that I've seen that happen for me, but I've heard a ton of stories where I know that there must be some sort of truth to that. this is an opportunity where if you do want to, get off the grid, so it's like, hey, it's 2018, I'm going to get off the grid. This gives you the opportunity. And so that's another reason why I think it's really good, because it puts you in control of your data and lets you decide. And then also, it's going to create a framework for companies to have a standard around how they're going to protect that data. It's going to protect companies and organizations that collect data by having a set of standards that we're able to follow to say, hey, we're doing as much as we can to be able to protect and make sure that your data, when it comes in, is as secure as can be, right? And so this gives us the opportunity to start setting those standards and testing it. So maybe we won't have as many data breaches in the future. Maybe we can trust that and understand that while there are bad actors out there, that maybe there will be less involvement around the hackers, because it really puts the onus on the people who collect the data. And we had some of that before, but a lot of it has been, I will say, public, kind of public perception, right? You want your public perception to be okay, and how much, how much of a law and really bearing is going to be on companies if that data is discovered, right, or data is breached. And so now this gives us the framework to say, hey, there are regulations, and we are saying that this is something that you need to protect. So that was just my thoughts on it. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If anybody has any opposing views or anything like that, put them in the comment section here below, or just reach out and ask. Let's jump on YouTube and let's record a video and maybe talk about it a little bit more. Let me know where I'm wrong. But that's just my kind of thoughts. I think in general, GDPR is good. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities around products and around people with that expertise. So if you're looking to get involved in big data and you like, kind of looking into and following regulations and putting security metrics into works, then I think GDPR is a good place to go. And I think there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to make products. There's going to be products that are out there that are going to help with GDPR compliance, because May 25th is coming, 2018. I don't know that everybody's going to be ready, right? So until next time,